Hello, it's Thursday, and I'm going to share with you a quick little acquisition I got today. It's already an unboxed unboxing. Anyway, so let's start with this one right here. So I wasn't sure what it was when I looked at it. People who posted it didn't know what it was. I knew it was vintage because it has the old counterweight. What this is, it's a 1930 Conn 4H. But this one's pretty simple. It doesn't have any ornate bell design on it. It just pretty much in script says made by C.G. Conn, Elkhart, Indiana. So got some issues. Got some dents up here at the top of the bell stem. And then we have a pretty severely caved in tuning crook. So it's going to be my attempt to gently get this pushed out and reshaped. I love these old weights. They're heavier than the newer weights. And the slide is functional. The slide moves pretty smooth. So that's a plus. I don't have to worry about that too much. I mean, it needs some fine tuning. And on to the next one. I don't see these very often. They pop up rarely. It's the Holton 67 Stratodyne. In my opinion, it's the finest trombone Holton made in that era of the 50s and 60s. I like it better than the 65, than the Buddy Morrow. It just, for some reason, it just seems to respond nicer. It's got a little brighter color. It just feels more like a more contemporary trombone, a tenor to me. But yeah, it's right there, Stratodyne. But you can see it's got a lot of issues. You know, that's going to need to get stripped. There's corrosion around the edge of the bell here. Gooseneck again, dented up. Tuning crook, not as severe as the Conn. I don't like seeing that. But that happens. This happens because this comes loose right here. But the Stratodynes have a lightweight slide. And like I said, it's a lot more like a more modern horn. It's great. And then I've got this the early special that has the two-tone bell. I've got about four of these now, 4 or 5 of these that I'm going to be refurbishing. They're just fantastic horns. Okay, so you have the nickel receiver, which actually makes a big difference in the way it responds. You have a yellow brass gooseneck, and then you have nickel all the way up here. You have a yellow brass crook, and then you got nickel all the way down the bell until you get to the end here, and they go with the red brass. And it makes such a wonderful tonal experience to play this horn. The resonance from this flare warms the tone up just a bit at the very end. You know, it's like putting that little dollop of whipped cream on a nice tart berry pie or a cherry pie. Thankfully, the crook is not mangled. But yeah, this is going to be a bit of a project because you can see some of the dents here are relatively deep, and this damaged area here is pretty intense. I hope you enjoy this unboxing. Stay tuned, watch my channel. These things will be getting done. I'm going to be out for next 10 days starting next week. I'm going to the Midwest to meet my friend in Iowa. We're going to drive into Colorado Springs and work the air show out there on the weekend, next weekend actually. Not this coming weekend, but the next weekend. So if you're in Colorado Springs and you're going to watch the air show, come find the laser art booth. I will be there with my friend Jason, who is a former trombone student of mine. And we'll be selling laser art. I do the art and he does the lasering. And it's kind of fun. And then I'll be spending a few days in Gretna and David City, Nebraska visiting cousins. And then I'll be back on the 27th, hopefully to make a Bones West rehearsal. Keep an eye on my channel in October, okay, which is really just around the corner. I'm going to do everything I can to flood my store on Reverb and post stuff up on my Facebook page. So watch the Facebook page. You know, honestly, I prefer to sell things privately outside of these selling sites because you get a save on sales tax. I get a save on seller's fees. And I've already had a number of you out there contact me directly and say, hey, I'm interested in that horn. And so we bypass all that. You know, I think it works out. It saves just a little bit of money, you know, and we can work some deals. I've had people say, I want to buy 3 horns. So what I'll do is I'll do like a package deal and knock a couple $100 off here and there. But I've got these coming. I've got an Olds recording coming. I've got some 77 Conn Conquest coming. I've got some Martin committees on their way, and a whole mess of Getsons. Okay, signing off.